Hi, I'm Jane King, and this is New to the Street, in person back here at the NASDAQ market site in New York City. This show is all about public, private blockchain companies, the CEOs, the founders, and the innovators, bringing you lots of opportunities to consider. Here we go. CEEK VR lets you watch concerts and shows in the Metaverse, really, with virtual reality goggles, and has a blockchain-based token as well. With me is the founder and CEO, Mary Spio, to talk about this. And you've had such great success with CEEK, so congratulations.
Thank you.
So tell me about the latest with the CEEK Metaverse.
So the latest with the CEEK Metaverse, we're launching a land sale, which is super, super exciting. So the land sale will make it possible for seekers to be able to own land within CEEK Metaverse. They'll be able to develop and build for the CEEK Metaverse, and then also they'll be able to monetize that, which we're super excited about.
Now you've been, of course, made your name through concerts, virtual reality concerts. Why the move to land?
So with the land is actually a part of it because most of the artists will also buy land in there, and they will have venues. They can have meet and greets with their fans inside of those particular venues. They can sell their, digital merchandise, their NFTs. So the move to the land actually is something that we were planning anyway. It just happens that now it's a thing that every metaverse is doing. But that's a way for us to scale, because most of the people buying land are the developers that have been building for the CEEK Metaverse. So landowners are just a way for us to really scale the CEEK Metaverse. We can't build it alone. There's no way we can, build millions and millions of places for people to teleport to. So it's a way for us to scale.
Oh my gosh, it's mind-blowing, and it's kind of hard to get your head around. I'm spending how much for digital land?
Right.
But it's a way for somebody to own some digital property that they can, just use like they would in the physical world, right? For advertising and rent, and what can people do with this land?
Absolutely. So with the land, they can actually build custom. So if I wanted to build a custom venue on there for people to attend concerts or for people to hold conferences, and we have some companies that do conferences that are now, earning more from virtual. So they want to build a whole conference center so people can attend virtually in the CEEK Metaverse. They can also, build like their own personal villas that they invite their friends to watch shows and, do stuff like that. The biggest difference between what we're doing at CEEK in terms of our land is the fact that we have a decentralized marketplace, which allows you to very easily buy a turnkey metaverse world or villa and venues. Because one of the biggest complaints that I've seen with a lot of these land sales is people buy the land and then they don't know what to do with it next, because they have to find developers to build out. But we have a turnkey marketplace with all kinds of venues. So you're going to see a lot of the exchanges have already bought land. They already have their own venues and lounges and stuff that they're going to be releasing. And I think that's why, we're growing so quickly, and we have so many amazing partnerships within the ecosystem.
Well, you were the second best performing token last year.
Yes.
Right? So that was amazing.
Thank you.
No, that was great. And you were at Meta yesterday. So tell me what that was all about.
Oh, okay. So we were invited by Meta to join their team to show us some of the amazing innovations that they have coming out. They have the Ray-Ban stories, which I got to experience yesterday. It's phenomenal. And then we also tried out new experiences on the Meta Quest, which is also, CEEK land is the CEEK Metaverse is going to be on the Meta Quest. So it's super important to see a lot of the new improvements and all the new innovations that they're doing. We also got to experience Portal TV TV. And it's just, deepening our partnership and relationship that we've had with Meta since the very beginning, and I've talked about this, that my story, right, the story of CEEK starts at Meta, because I was visiting, at that time they were considering the Oculus Quest. I looked and I saw that, I didn't see any of the experiences that I wanted beyond gaming. So I said, wow, I'm going to build exactly that, a platform for mainstream users that would have, mass appeal beyond gaming. And that's why we built the first virtual reality concert for the DK1, which was way back when, and we've continued to build, and enhance the entertainment experience, the educational experience ever since.
Yeah, and your concerts, by the way, are with A-listers, like CeeLo Green and Lady Gaga, and who else is on there?
Louis Fonsi, we just did a concert with him with Impact Awards. We just announced that we partnered with the World Music Awards, which has had Beyonce, Rihanna, and this year for their award show, I'm sure it's going to be no different. It's going to be just huge A-listers, but Demi Lovato, Ziggy Marley is probably one of our best performing events that we've had. 9.8 million viewers within just the first 24 hours. So
interesting.
we were very, very excited.
When does the land sale start, by the way?
So the land sale starts July 15th.
Okay. So
July 15th.
Yeah, coming up here.
It's coming up here, right, on Friday. So.
And then let's talk about this regular feature that I guess we're going to be doing together, right, on virtual reality.
Yes.
So tell me, what your plans are for that.
So for the segment that we're going to be doing together, I'm super, super excited, very honored, to be able to sit next to you
me too.
This show. But it's going to center around the metaverse, right? What is the metaverse? Because everybody's asking, especially since a company like Facebook has changed their name to Meta, but we've been talking about the metaverse. We've been building the metaverse. Everybody's asking, how did you know and why did you not give up? So I'm glad I didn't, because we've been preaching the gospel of the metaverse, from way back when. So I'm excited that I'll be sitting next to you to create this segment where we just tell people about what's happening in the metaverse, what's the latest and greatest that's happening in the metaverse, and be able to bring other guests and other people that are innovating in the metaverse.
No, that'll be really excited. And I'm looking forward to learning more too, because I do a lot of interviews, but there's something changing all the time.
Yeah,
with
it's changing all the time. And I think that even with the land sale, I think that it's a way we're visualizing, it's the marketplace of the future. It's Apple, it's the Apple Store, it's the App Store. And basically developers are just building apps, but they're buying the land, because now we're going into the 3D metaverse, which is no longer, just a 2D representation, but now we're going to enter somebody's space, and that's what it is. So we're building the marketplace of the future.
And the more you hear about it, the more it kind of all starts to make sense and come together. So I encourage people to just stick with it and keep learning.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, Mary, thank you so much. Congratulations on your success. I look forward to doing this special with you.
Thank you so much. I'm super, super excited. What a great place to be able to teach people about the metaverse and do this amazing show together. Thank you. Thank you.
Want to get linked to a really good investment? Everyone knows you have to be at the right place at the right time. So here's the deal. Link2 is that place. And when you sign up, you'll join an awesome community of investors with access to the world's leading private companies way before they go mainstream. Are you ready to get linked to? Our unicorns are waiting. Link2. Private investing made simple.
Out of control inflation, escalating government debt, gas and energy bills burning through your savings, and a spiraling war in Europe. The world feels like a very uncertain place right now, and it's harder and harder to take control of your money and safeguard your savings. I mean, why would anyone want to keep their money in a bank that's only going to lend it out for its own profit? Putting your savings at risk, and for what? A pittance in interest? Well, let me tell you about Glint and how they can help you to save in real gold you can spend like dollars. Now, first off, Glint's not a bank or crypto or some new type of credit card. What Glint provides is the ability and freedom to buy, save, and spend real, allocated gold that's secured in Brink's vaults and insured by Lloyd's of London. Glint's Smart app and MasterCard is leading the payments revolution, putting you in control of your money by making real gold, trusted for thousands of years, into an instant, secure digital currency for the modern world. Best of all, your gold is always your gold, with no one else's liability. It's secure and allocated to you. It never goes away, even in a crash. To learn more, go to glintpay.com or download Glint from your favorite app store. It's time to take control of your money and protect it with the time-tested security of gold and the modern digital convenience of Glint. Gold is security. Glint, it's key.
Secure, the true solution for your digital privacy and security. Secure is a private and secure messaging and email solution hosted in Switzerland, using proprietary military-grade encryption and Swiss privacy laws, giving you true privacy. Secure doesn't collect or sell your data and doesn't require your phone number or any personal data that hackers target. You can message and email non-secure users privately without the need for others to download Secure. Visit secure.com. Regain and protect your privacy today.
Geary is the founder and CEO of Eternalus and Nemesis Studios, and he's here to talk about some of these projects you've been working on. You've really done quite a bit in the blockchain crypto space.
Yes.
And it looks like of everything, Eternalus seems to be the most ambitious.
I think so.
Okay,
Jane.
tell us about that one.
Absolutely. So we're working on something that's going to be akin to Amazon, but for the blockchain. So, as you said, it's very ambitious. It's a big project, but we have a great team. So, the way we're going to do this is we have an EVM interoperable blockchain, so it's Solidity-based, something similar to Polygon.
Okay.
And then we have a centralized exchange as well, so that's similar to Binance or Bitmart or KuCoin. So we're going to be operating both of those businesses, but on top of the centralized exchange, we're going to build an e-commerce layer that allows people to buy goods and services with any digital assets. So say you're selling, you want to sell an iPhone on the platform, and you want Bitcoin for it, and I want to buy it with an oil token, right? Because in the future, and I don't think it's going to be too far, everything's going to be tokenized, commodities, even equity. So maybe I can buy with my Apple stock your iPhone, and you'll get Bitcoin for it. So, the liquidity of our centralized exchange will allow for those transactions to route.
Okay.
So that's kind of our vision.
Amazing. So I would be able to buy, almost like an eBay and Amazon, it sounds like a little
That's
bit
right.
kind of combination.
Yes.
Like I could buy from other people, but then also some kind of merchant, right?
Exactly, yes.
And I could do it in any kind of crypto that the other person will agree to accept.
There it is. Yeah, that's the vision. It's
Interesting.
It's going to be a long road to get there, but I think we have a great plan. We have a really good team. And we're just building towards it. So I think e-commerce will be coming out next year, and our exchange the next month.
So next month is when you'll launch the product.
Yes, we're going to be launching the product.
How can I find it or look it up?
Oh, well, that's great. So we have, all of our social media. It's at Eternalist on Twitter, Eternalist.com. All the conventional social media will be on Instagram, everywhere. You can find us everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Now, is that different than your centralized exchange, or is that the same thing, Eternalist?
That's a really good question, too. So it'll be branded similar to how Binance does it. So, if you look at Binance, they have Binance, the exchange, and the brand, and then they have the Binance Smart Chain, which is their blockchain. So we think that's a really good way to do things for brand recognition purposes. So all of our blockchain will be Eternalist, our exchange will be Eternalist, and so will the platform.
Okay, so that's kind of the parent company, and
yes,
you've got all these. Now you're also doing gaming, like a play-to-earn game, which is another interesting application of blockchain.
Yeah,
Tell me about that.
That's going to be really exciting, and actually that's launching next month too. So we've been very busy. But we think that play-to-earn gaming is the future, because play-to-earn gaming gives gamers the ability to own the assets that they purchase in game. So really for two reasons. So that's the first reason. With a traditional game like Call of Duty, Halo, something like that, each season the centralized gaming company issues different skins, and the players will purchase the skins to use for that season, but they don't really own those. They can't trade those assets. We look at them as digital assets. So in our game, it's a first-person shooter game, Battle Royale. So everything's going to be an NFT in the game. So the guns will be NFTs, the skins will be NFTs. So you'll be able to purchase those, and you can trade them as you would, a traditional, kind of first wave of NFT, which we look at as art right now. But I think these are going to have utility in our game. And then, of course, if I was given the option as a gamer to play Halo version 1 where I didn't make money playing, and then Nemesis Downfall or Halo version 2 where I could make money, I'm going to play the game where I can make money.
Yeah, sure. Well, I've heard some life-changing stories from these play-to-earn games, too, of people who've grown up in poverty in some, third world country that have been able to buy a mattress. I mean, I literally heard, for the first time, because they were able to make the money gaming.
Yeah, it's very inspirational, and we like to be a part of that. We like to help people around the world with our product, and I think, we're decentralizing gaming. We're giving back to the gamer through what we're doing, giving people opportunity by playing the games.
Yeah. And do you think that traditional gaming will stay around for a while, or?
Well, traditional gaming's huge. It's bigger than movies and music combined. People don't realize that.
Yeah.
So I think eventually everything will be play to earn, but I think, we have a lot of customers to win.
Well, and once you start seeing your friends making money playing games, it's like, let me get involved in that too.
It's going to happen quick.
Now, we are said to be in a crypto winter. It's been kind of, shocking to see what's happened in the crypto world over the past couple of months. I mean, how do you feel about where this industry is going? And is this a time to build? Or, what do you think about the future?
Yeah. I think for us, we look at Nemesis specifically as an entertainment company, right? So people love entertainment, and especially, unfortunately, during bad economic times, people really turn to entertainment. So we feel very strongly about the game. We feel that we're going to, get a lot of traction because we're building a great game first, and it's going to be really solid entertainment. So as far as the crypto industry goes and, the overall state of the markets go, that's anyone's guess right now. We have a lot of factors. The Fed, we have, unfortunately, a war going on. There's all these factors. So that I'm not going to speak. I can say I feel great about Nemesis.
Well, and the technology, I think, behind crypto is really useful and changing. I just think it's got to, work itself out somehow.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
Facilitating so much liquidity, like I was talking about tokenization. You'll be able to buy things with your oil token at some point, or your equity. You can't do that now. You can't send Apple stock to your buddy in Croatia.
Right. So you've launched 3 projects. They've all been successful. What do you attribute, how did you get there? How did you launch these 3 successful projects?
Yeah, that's a great question. And I think it really comes back to the team that we've been able to build. We have such a good team, and it was really organic. We started with a project called Dogecoin 2.0. We don't have to go into that, but we were able to build such a great community and a great team, and everyone's very passionate about what we're doing. And, I couldn't do it without the team. So. Yeah.
And how do you stay up to date on all of the technology? I feel like it's changing so much.
Oh, it is. Watching interviews like this. Watching your interviews.
That's a lot of pressure. Cam, thank you so much. Best of luck.
Thank you so much, Shane.
Thanks.
Want to get linked to a really good investment? Everyone knows you have to be at the right place at the right time. So here's the deal. Link to is that place. And when you sign up, you'll join an awesome community of investors with access to the world's leading private companies way before they go mainstream. Are you ready to get linked to? Our unicorns are waiting. Link to. Private investing made simple.
Out of control inflation, escalating government debt, gas and energy bills burning through your savings, and a spiraling war in Europe. The world feels like a very uncertain place right now, and it's harder and harder to take control of your money and safeguard your savings. I mean, why would anyone want to keep their money in a bank that's only going to lend it out for its own profit? Putting your savings at risk, and for what? A pittance in interest? Well, let me tell you about Glint and how they can help you to save in real gold you can spend like dollars. Now, first off, Glint's not a bank or crypto or some new type of credit card. What Glint provides is the ability and freedom to buy, save, and spend real allocated gold that's secured in Brink's vaults and insured by Lloyd's of London. Glint's Smart app and MasterCard is leading the payments revolution, putting you in control of your money by making real gold, trusted for thousands of years, into an instant, secure digital currency for the modern world. Best of all, your gold is always your gold. It's no one else's liability. It's secure and allocated to you. It never goes away, even in a crash. To learn more, go to glintpay.com or download Glint from your favorite app store. It's time to take control of your money and protect it with the time-tested security of gold and the modern digital convenience of Glint. Gold is security. Glint, it's key.
Secure, the true solution for your digital privacy and security. Secure is a private and secure messaging and email solution hosted in Switzerland, using proprietary military-grade encryption and Swiss privacy laws, giving you true privacy. Secure doesn't collect or sell your data and doesn't require your phone number or any personal data that hackers target. You can message and email non-secure users privately without the need for others to download Secure. Visit secure.com. Regain and protect your privacy today.
Welcome to Unstoppable Women Entrepreneurs. I'm Jane King. With me is Rhonda Swan, the co-host, who is also a women entrepreneur, unstoppable too, by the way. And we've got with us Kortney Murray, the founder of Coastal Capital. The company specializes in funding commercial business finance in the U.S. and is now focused on helping women in business grow their businesses as well. So welcome, Kortney. Great to see you. And
good to have you.
Tell us about, why did you start Coastal Capital?
Well, thank you, Jane and Rhonda, both for having me here. I'm very thankful to be here with you today. Coastal Capital was actually founded on two failed entrepreneurships. I'm a three-time entrepreneur, third-time successful. One of the things I found when I was an early entrepreneur is undercapitalization. And when you undercapitalize, you also start divvying into your personal credit. And when I started in equipment finance, I realized that there's another arm of finance that a lot of people are not educated on. And so I became very passionate very quickly. I knew I was an entrepreneur and I wanted to do things to change that. We're not brick and mortar all out there with commercial finance. We do asset-based lending, we do leases, we do everything from working capital to SBA loans. But I am big in heavy equipment space. So as you can imagine, I work with a lot of men, agriculture, construction, logging, nationwide. One of my passions is to help women, because one of the things I was undereducated, and I want to educate more women in the business to help them with their expansions and their building their empires.
I love that, Kortney. You know, you were sharing before, what is it that makes you different than most lenders? Because this is really a big thing that people need to know about.
Yeah, it is. So one of the things, like I said, in my early entrepreneurship, I had a couple credit glitches in my 20s, and banks don't find you financeable. And so one of the biggest things that sets us aside from our competitors is that we're not a credit-based lender. We do look at the history, but we really base it on the belief system internally that we want to stamp approvals on someone who is working within their business. They have a little bit of sweat equity, they have passion. We look at everything in outside of the box, such as, is the equipment a necessity or an accessory? How long have you been in the industry? What are the strong points? And so what sets us aside is really stamping that approval for someone that other people would not. We also don't commingle personal and business credit, and so we create a business credit line for other people instead of using their personal. So if they need to get a refinance on a home, they're not showed to the tied to the debt from their business. So
I love that. And you know, you just launched a book recently, so you talk so much about women entrepreneurship and being in agriculture and big farming equipment. You're starting to change that a bit. Is that due to the book that you've launched? Tell us more about what you want to do with women entrepreneurs.
Yes, and thank you, Rhonda. Rhonda was also co-author and the creator of the book, which has been an amazing journey. So when I first took the position to write a chapter, it really had to do with me personally just kind of breaking out and getting the word out for what we did. And then I found this other avenue, these women who are looking, maybe they've been in business 5 years or 10 years, and they have never utilized the right solution for the media, getting their equipment out there. Let's say you bought a big crane, or maybe you bought a medical laser that does something very spectacular, or you want to market it somehow. One of the things that we always tell our clients is keep your money in your pocket for opportunity costs. What is the opportunity cost? So with the book, I found so many other avenues opening up that I thought, why not open up a line for these women entrepreneurs that want to market what they're purchasing, keep the capital in their pocket, keep their credit intact. Let's build a business line and let's try to create it together.
Yeah, I love this story, Kortney.
Thank
By the way,
you.
I grew up on a farm.
Did you?
I've driven a combine, all these big equipment things.
I love
how
it.
expensive they could be. So
They
it's
are.
interesting. So what's next for Coastal Capital?
Oh my gosh, there's so many things that are running through my mind right now, but really what's next is I want to open up, we have recently started funding our own transactions internal, just with personal money, because we've had success over the range of years. But what we really want to do is grow that personal box so we can start looking outside of the box, not asset-based lending. We want to look at some of the exposure, maybe even outside of the United States, and open up some lines for these women who want to create and get their name out there, because right now borders don't do us justice. We have a Facebook and Instagram and everything you could think of on social media. So we're looking to grow our business and our personal portfolio, and hopefully one day I have a lot of big plans. So
Thank you so much, Kortney.
thank
Ron.
you.
Yeah, thank you, Unstoppable Woman Entrepreneur.
Thank you.
Want to get linked to a really good investment? Everyone knows you have to be at the right place at the right time. So here's the deal. Link2 is that place. And when you sign up, you'll join an awesome community of investors with access to the world's leading private companies way before they go mainstream. Are you ready to get linked to? Our unicorns are waiting. Link2. Private investing made simple.
Out of control inflation, escalating government debt, gas and energy bills burning through your savings, and a spiraling war in Europe. The world feels like a very uncertain place right now, and it's harder and harder to take control of your money and safeguard your savings. I mean, why would anyone want to keep their money in a bank that's only going to lend it out for its own profit? Putting your savings at risk, and for what? A pittance in interest? Well, let me tell you about Glint and how they can help you to save in real gold you can spend like dollars. Now, first off, Glint's not a bank or crypto or some new type of credit card. What Glint provides is the ability and freedom to buy, save, and spend real allocated gold that's secured in Brink's vaults and insured by Lloyd's of London. Glint's Smart app and MasterCard is leading the payments revolution, putting you in control of your money by making real gold, trusted for thousands of years, into an instant, secure digital currency for the modern world. Best of all, your gold is always your gold. It's no one else's liability. It's secure and allocated to you. It never goes away, even in a crash. To learn more, go to glintpay.com or download Glint from your favorite app store. It's time to take control of your money and protect it with the time-tested security of gold and the modern digital convenience of Glint. Gold is security. Glint, it's key.
Secure, the true solution for your digital privacy and security. Secure is a private and secure messaging and email solution hosted in Switzerland, using proprietary military-grade encryption and Swiss privacy laws, giving you true privacy. Secure doesn't collect or sell your data and doesn't require your phone number or any personal data that hackers target. You can message and email non-secure users privately without the need for others to download Secure. Visit secure.com. Regain and protect your privacy today.
Pawtocol is a blockchain-based company working to improve the lives of pets. And with me is CEO Colin Jordan to talk more about Pawtocol and what you've been up to. And I know you've been so busy. And you had the pet fund, right, that we talked about last time that you were launching, and you're expanding that now.
Yeah, absolutely. So, pleasure as always. But we launched the pet fund a few months ago, and now we've actually got up to 5 shelters and rescues that we're working with in Arizona, and we're expanding into California now. So it's been an awesome program. Every shelter gets $1,000 from us, and obviously it's in crypto in our UPI, Universal Pet Income. And then they go ahead and deploy that for resources, goods, treats, food, et cetera, for their pets. And it's been incredible and already making an impact.
Well, and the timing on that is good too, because I know people are turning their pets back into shelters because of inflation.
Oh yeah,
that's been going up. So
yeah, so there's a lot of things that are arising right now. Whether it's the price of the food, price of toys, so even the shelters who it's not even the influx of pets coming back, but like just shelters in general are struggling with the high rising costs and demand and whatnot. So. It's really great for us to be able to see that impact happening so quickly, and it also gives our community and the people that are getting involved with Pawtocol kind of hope for the future.
Yeah. Now you also had reached a deal with UCF, so Central Florida, University of Central Florida, and explain that, and that is also expanding.
Yeah. So that was the first kind of partnership or sponsorship with a Division I university for their football program. And I know last time I was talking about it, I was like, hopefully my alma mater, University of Arizona, hears it. And they did. So we actually went ahead and now we've become an official sponsor for the University of Arizona for their first home game against Mississippi State in September. So again, more kind of visibility for Pawtocol, branching out, reaching out to that kind of 18 to 35 audience, right? Kind of younger people that are into emerging technology, and also, pet lovers. I laugh all the time. Being a sports fan and being a dog lover is not mutually exclusive, right?
Sure.
So getting kind of two things that I love and I'm passionate about right now is just so great because I can put so much energy into it.
So how does the sponsorship work then? Will you have like signage or like what?
Yeah, so again, our partners at IAC have been awesome, and they kind of help broker that deal. And what happens then is they'll take UPI again, our Universal Pet Income, and they'll work with them to come up with a deal that gets signage. Even for both of them, we're doing a coin toss for UCF, right? We'll have QR codes around the stadium, all that kind of stuff to just get exposure for the brand, and it gives you the opportunity for people, whether they want to buy a tag, donate to the pet fund. There's all these different opportunities that we can create at the stadium on game day.
Yeah, and you're sponsoring the coin toss?
Yeah.
It's kind of ingenious, actually.
So what's funny is the actual token, the coin for the game will be a Pawtocol token. So it's going to be pretty cool.
So let's talk about your token for a second. So tell me about that. How does that work through the whole ecosystem?
It's been an incredible journey right now. So we've actually, between all of the products and offerings, we really created kind of a circular economy and ecosystem with UPI. So we've talked about the pet tag, we've talked about the pet fund, Kingdom, which will be the personalized NFTs. What will happen now is when people are participating and being involved in the community and they earn, right, by participating UPI, we're going to launch in Q3. It's called Petsy, and that's basically an Etsy for pets, right?
I was going to ask you about that. That's such a cool thing.
Yeah. So
how does that work?
Yeah. So creators, they can, whether they're creating bandanas or dog bowls, dog treats, dog food, they can offer it up on this decentralized marketplace that is Petsy, and those users can now use UPI to purchase those goods and services. So it really becomes a circular economy. And again, there's utility for UPI. This is not, some meme token or doggy coin, these are actual people that are earning on the Pawtocol platform and then putting the money back into those creators and pet lovers who create goods and services.
Oh, that's really great. So, and I know there's also you're dealing with veterinarians and you're able to use the blockchain to kind of keep track of pets. And so explain that part of the business too.
So that's, again, the long-term vision of that is that we'll be able to create partnerships in an ecosystem that does involve multiple veterinaries, veterinary clinics, shelters, like pretty much wherever you go, that you can create kind of those integrations or APIs where that information can live on your pet's profile. But I think in the shorter term, right, because it takes less kind of cooperation from those third parties, in the shorter term, we want to work with other kind of data collectors, data aggregators, as far as maybe Fi-Collar or things like that, right, to where we can aggregate all that pet data into Pawtocol's platform and on the blockchain, and that's where it lives, and that's how those people can own their data and earn, right? If we aggregate all that data. and put together something like a health score, right? That could be really cool for a pet to say, hey, not getting enough exercise, maybe put a little bit more of this food, et cetera. And people, even though it's gamification, it's their pet's health, right? I mean, they really want to have a long, healthy life for their pet. And again, it goes back to us. That's our whole goal, is to improve the lives of pets.
Well, thank you so much, Colin, for coming in. It sounds like you got all kinds of cool marketing and technology things going on.
We're very excited. It's going to be a busy, busy fall and winter.
Yeah, thank you.
Right on. Thanks.
Want to get linked to a really good investment? Everyone knows you have to be at the right place at the right time. So here's the deal. Link2 is that place. And when you sign up, you'll join an awesome community of investors with access to the world's leading private companies way before they go mainstream. Are you ready to get linked to? Our unicorns are waiting. Link2. Private investing made simple.
Welcome to Unstoppable Women Entrepreneurs. I'm Jane King with co-host Rhonda Swan, and we've got with us today Ebony Swank, the founder and CEO of Swank, a Posh, a women's retail clothing chain based out of Detroit that specializes in clothing for women of all ethnicities, body types, shapes, sizes. Now, you started your company with $12,000.
I did.
And turned it into a $40 million company?
Yeah,
that's amazing. No, that's great. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Talk to me about, how did you do that? How did you build it? What did it take to get that done?
Well, what I really did was I dove into my customer. I had to know, what did my customer like? I go all the way down to her boyfriend, her job, everything to know specifically about them, and I watch who they're watching because that helps to understand who's influencing them and what they're being influenced by. So I definitely do that. I really go into the customer's needs or wants.
Yeah, and I love it. I heard you also really granulize your marketing, and it's so different than most do their marketing. And I mean, your company's generating strong revenue per month, in the millions per month.
Yes.
But you're only doing it on your socials. How are you doing it differently so the world
Well,
can
I do run some ads, but 30% of my revenue is organic because we have such an extreme following on different platforms. So we make sure that we're reaching a customer where they want to see it, but we're also very relatable. We talk about things people wouldn't necessarily talk about. We show them girls trying on jeans to show that you can actually fit them, because sometimes you get it and you just don't think, no, I can't fit these. But if I put someone that's larger up and show her squeezing into these jeans, they actually fit and they look flattering. It's not like you just got on something that doesn't look good.
Right.
You look good. You look good in them. Yes.
I love
That's the bottom line.
It is, and these women are just, they love it. They're so confident because they can actually see they're a real woman. Now, I know you are also very big on your data, right? So let's talk about that, because you know so much more about this woman than they know that you even know, and your employees really embrace that. How do you get maximum potential out of your employees so you can really drive that revenue for your company?
Well, the reason how we were able to get to 40 million is because nothing is surface based. We dive really deep in, and everything is based off of data, right? So yes, we're a fashion company, but we're definitely a data-driven company. That is what helps us to understand the audience would like to see someone that's realistic, and how many people actually purchase based off of that one video that we ran, and then we take that video and then we capitalize off of it on different social platforms and where customers are actually paying attention and actually being influenced by. But with my employees, what I do is if she bought the black jeans, what else did she buy? So we just kind of like create a roadmap based on what the customer is actually looking for and what they're buying, to understand the inventory planning. So what's next? How do we grow? How do we continue to scale? It all is data-based.
Yeah. So do you have any outside investors?
No.
And then also kind of, that was an easy answer.
Right?
That's great. It's all
so
you.
inspiring.
It's all you. And then what about your growth? Like, how do you see things in the future?
Well, we're definitely want to scale these numbers, but we've been talking about some different things, as getting into other nationalities, other ethnicities. The word, okay. But we're getting there, you know, just growing the market, and we're also having 2 new production lines in China to produce these genes. We have a gene called the Super God gene. That's only, it's a really good price. It's really stretchy, but that's what hooks the customer and get them in so they can trust us and understand that this is what we actually, you know, like. You know, you get the, it's not like you get some stuff that's crappy. It's really nice.
Quality materials.
Yeah, quality materials. Yeah, all of that.
Well, best of luck and congratulations.
Thank you.
It's an amazing story.
Yes, thank you
so much.
Excited to see what's going to happen with Swank and Posh.
Yeah,
Moving
I am
forward.
too.
Thank you,
Thanks.
Ebony.
Thank you. All right, bye.
Secure, the true solution for your digital privacy and security. Secure is a private and secure messaging and email solution hosted in Switzerland, using proprietary military-grade encryption and Swiss privacy laws, giving you true privacy. Secure doesn't collect or sell your data and doesn't require your phone number or any personal data that hackers target. You can message and email non-secure users privately without the need for others to download Secure. Visit secure.com. Regain and protect your privacy today.
Secure private data provides secure email, messaging, ways for businesses and individuals to communicate in a way that reduces your risk of being hacked. And with me is the CEO, Alang Yahi, to talk about what we may be facing here. We're heading into an election season. It's a very divided, you know, country right now.
Divided
And heated, very good, yeah. So, and we've got international players involved in things like that. So we can expect to see these attempts stepped up in the coming months, right?
Absolutely. You have, as I say, domestic and international interference. So international is the usual countries that we all know about.
Yeah.
You've got, you know, Russia, who openly said they will hack any country that helps Ukraine.
Right.
So this is literally overtly open. And you have also China, which is always, you know, hacking the US on a daily basis, and also will try to manipulate some of the election. I mean, the best way to manipulate an economy and a political direction of a country is to manipulate social media and content of everyone, because we all use digital communications.
It's an information warfare.
It's an information war, a cyber war, they call it. So that's going to happen. Domestically, you have the 2 political parties that are also, you know, fighting each other. And, you know, this is going to be a competition. Who is going to get the information of the other person? Because it's not just about saying you're good and you're bad. It's about taking information from your adversary and trying to find out what they're thinking so you can counteract those moves. It's like a chess play, but in a matter of a digital data.
Right. And I'm actually surprised we haven't suffered some kind of major financial system hack or power system hack.
Yeah.
You said, I mean, really, it's credit to our IT people that they've been able to protect these systems as well as they have.
I have tremendous respect for people who work in that industry, because it's like a thankless industry.
Yeah.
You know, when everything goes great, nobody says thank you. And when something goes wrong, they're the first one to get the burden of everybody and their frustration. So yes, IT has been good nationwide, obviously. We certainly can do a lot better, a lot more, because there's daily businesses and political parties and infrastructure, you know, power grid, processing plants, all of that, that in the past we have noticed have been affected. So we're not doing enough. We've got to keep doing more and put more money and more talent into those industries.
And let's talk about your email system, because that can reduce risks from
Absolutely.
this. So tell me about that.
So we're pretty excited because we're launching Secure Mail application. Our Secure Mail essentially has a tool called Secure Send. And up until now, you had to use webmail to use it, but it was never on an app. So if you have your email configured on your phone, it wouldn't have that feature. It would just be able to send a regular secure email. And if you send to somebody who has Gmail, for example, that content wouldn't be protected. Now, with our new app, you can send Secure Send. You don't have to configure anything. It's super easy. You just download it after you buy an account. So we're going to see probably an explosive growth in users and also a high retention. The way it works is that you can send an email to anybody in the world. They get an email from you with a link to click, and then they can read that email with unlimited attachments. So that's a great way to send a lot of attachment to someone without clogging their mailbox, and they can reply without having to buy our service. So it doesn't need to be like everybody needs to have secure mail. So we're pretty excited. It's only $7 a month with 100 gig. And for businesses, you can also migrate your domain, and that's about $10 a month. So we're pretty excited about that.
Okay, thank you so much, Alon.
Thank you, Jen. Thanks for having me.
Yep.
Want to get linked to a really good investment? Everyone knows you have to be at the right place at the right time. So here's the deal. Link2 is that place. And when you sign up, you'll join an awesome community of investors with access to the world's leading private companies way before they go mainstream. Are you ready to get linked to? Our unicorns are waiting. Link2. Private investing made simple.
Welcome to Unstoppable Women Entrepreneurs. I'm Jane King, and with me is Rhonda Swan, who is also an Unstoppable Women Entrepreneur. And we've got with us another woman today, Kate McKay, high performance coach, consultant for men in high-level positions. You help corporate teams build confidence and work best in their organization. So welcome, Kate, and tell us more about your work and what you're doing exactly when you're coaching men with these corporations.
Yes, I love that. It's a great question. So I work predominantly with individuals and corporations, and as a high performance coach, a lot of times they come to me concerned around productivity and profitability. That's normally what people, I'm not feeling productive, our company isn't profitable, especially during these times. And so what I found is the high performance habits, there are 6. One of them is productivity. So we have to start with getting clear on what our message is and also our energy. Like, how are we using our energy physically, emotionally, and mentally? These are all key components. Our personal development and our professional development actually have to be matched. We can't just measure our performance by how successful we are. We also have to look at our personal development. And if there's a gap, our success is only going to be at that middle ground. So we really have to look at those habits. It's science-backed, outcome-based, and the system really works, and it's very exciting to see the outcome.
Interesting.
Love it.
I love that.
Yeah.
Wow. Like, think about the companies that are going to change because of your work. Now, I do know that you recently launched a book, right? Claim Your Inner Warrior. And that does focus on men, part of the work that you're already doing right now in corporations. However, I think this one's a bit more special. When you talk a bit about your book and how that is being used in your work every day?
I appreciate you asking that.
Yeah.
So Claim Your Inner Warrior, it's especially for men, and it's dedicated to the warriors out there. And one particular warrior is my son, William, who passed away in 2017. So as his friends describe it, he ascended on his own accord. He took his own life in 2017. So after that, it's like, what is that meaning in my life after losing a child and going through that grief process? And I was writing a column, and I wrote an article about how men express grief and loss. And I was so moved by the number of men that reached out to me that said, Kate, you talking directly to me. And I was like, oh. And I just felt like that is the reason why I'm here. I'm here to help men embrace their warrior. And that means personally understanding, giving them language to their emotion. Men are different in the way they communicate. And I believe that we need to validate that. And I celebrate that. It's a huge part of my work. I'm very fortunate to do what I do. I'm deeply grateful.
Wow, more than ever. That's really beautiful, Kate.
Love it.
You talk so much about confidence, right, in men, and you wouldn't normally think that maybe men have that confidence issue. Why is it that you focus so much on confidence, and where is that coming from, and how does that affect the productivity and the production in these men that you work with?
Well, confidence is essential. So people often will say, Kate, how can you be so confident? And it's because I failed brilliantly. I had so much failure, right? Anyone resonate, right? So, but what are the lessons that we've learned in our failure? And that takes courage to understand the lesson and get up. And as Les Brown says, one of my favorite motivational speakers, when life knocks you down, make sure you fall on your back, because if you can look up, you can get up. And it really is that power of resiliency. And confidence and competence have a direct link. I mean, that's the psychology term of the competence-confidence loop. So the more confident we have, the more competent we are, and that comes over in all areas of our life, in our performance in business and our intimate relationships in all areas. So it's exceedingly important. Confidence is king. And if we can, and that is, you're 100% right, men oftentimes say, I really want to feel more confident. I'm like, right on, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
Fake it till you make it.
Yeah, right?
So, yeah.
Right.
It gives you some confidence if you even pretend like it.
Right.
So Kate, tell me, are there any challenges in working particularly with men?
Well, I would say I laugh about that because oftentimes women are like, you work with men or you write a book for men? Like, people are confused. And so the first thing I say is I was a gym rat. I was in the gym in the 80s when no women were there. I mean, now it's very normal, like the gyms are full of women. But when I first started going into a gym, it was like the 10 to 20%. Women didn't lift weights. It was shunned. And I'm also one of 9 kids. I have 5 brothers. And so I'm used to that male energy. And I'm comfortable with it. It feels like Home Depot over like a bead store. I get anxiety in a bead store. So I'm just used to men. And I have to tell you this one short story. I had a friend and I was saying, all right, see you later. And he was going through challenges. And I said to him, I have your back, bud. I have your back. And he looked at me like this. And a couple minutes later, he texted me and said, Kate, no woman has ever said, well, I have your back. Right. And I was shocked, and that is the reason why I get up every day, is that everyone deserves to be seen. My work is in transformation. I'm committed to helping people be their best in all areas of our life. I'm deeply committed, and it's wonderful. And the results are massive. High performance is, again, outcome-based. It's science-backed, and I absolutely love what I do. And it makes a big difference in people's lives.
Thank you so much, Kate. What a great story.
Being here,
Thank you.
Kate.
Out of control inflation, escalating government debt, gas and energy bills burning through your savings, and a spiraling war in Europe. The world feels like a very uncertain place right now, and it's harder and harder to take control of your money and safeguard your savings. I mean, why would anyone want to keep their money in a bank that's only going to lend it out for its own profit? Putting your savings at risk, and for what? A pittance in interest? Well, let me tell you about Glint and how they can help you to save in real gold you can spend like dollars. Now, first off, Glint's not a bank or crypto or some new type of credit card. What Glint provides is the ability and freedom to buy, save, and spend real allocated gold that's secured in Brink's vaults and insured by Lloyd's of London. Glint's Smart app and MasterCard is leading the payments revolution, putting you in control of your money by making real gold, trusted for thousands of years, into an instant, secure digital currency for the modern world. Best of all, your gold is always your gold. It's no one else's liability. It's secure and allocated to you. It never goes away, even in a crash. To learn more, go to glintpay.com or download Glint from your favorite app store. It's time to take control of your money and protect it with the time-tested security of gold and the modern digital convenience of Glint. Gold is security. Glint, it's key.
Secure, the true solution for your digital privacy and security. Secure is a private and secure messaging and email solution hosted in Switzerland, using proprietary military-grade encryption and Swiss privacy laws, giving you true privacy. Secure doesn't collect or sell your data and doesn't require your phone number or any personal data that hackers target. You can message and email non-secure users privately without the need for others to download Secure. Visit secure.com. Regain and protect your privacy today.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Secure Privacy and Security segment. I'm Anna Berry, along with Hélène Guy, the CEO of Secure Private Data. Welcome, Hélène.
Thanks, Anna. Happy to be here.
All right. So we're talking about China. It's obviously on everyone's list of things to be wary about. It's the biggest long-term threat to our economic and national security, that's for sure. And according to this article, the FBI Director Christopher Wray warns that the Chinese government is set on stealing our technology using a range of tools. So many of us are pretty aware of this, but some of us don't know exactly what we can do when it comes to our technology, our data, and keeping it private. So give us some tips and let us know how we can keep our data safe and secure.
Sure. So I'm glad this article came out because I've been saying this for a long time. Usually I talk with Jane King about things like that when I'm in New York. And I did mention, first of all, China has the data of all US citizens already. This is a known fact. Incidentally, I think a week or 2 weeks ago, I read that they suffered themselves the largest hack in the history where 1 billion people data was stolen too, because their own technologies are not up to par. And it's kind of ties into this because they cannot create technologies that are, proper to protect or, advanced technologies like the US and the Western world. They have to come and steal it. And how do they steal the technology in the US? Well, they spy, right? That's easy because they hack like crazy. It's between genetically modified seeds I'm reading all the way to financial. So first, don't use any Chinese phones to start. I'm not saying you have to buy a $2,000 phone. Incidentally, iPhone is made in China. I use a Samsung, and because 10 years ago, I used to work with Samsung Knox, their cybersecurity division, consulting with them and all that. And I realized that Samsung is made only in Korea down to the microchip. Right. So that's important. I'm not saying you have to buy Samsung, but that's an example. Just like when people say don't buy Chinese clothing because they're made by prison labor camps. Now you have to do the same thing with technology. If you can avoid Chinese technology where you buy, it's hard because even when you buy a TV, whatever, the microchip is there. But that's one thing. The other thing you can do is protect yourself. At the very least, use communication tools that are not prone to hacking. And, you have the WeChat, which is massively Chinese government financed and owned, that siphons everything from payments to all your data. People use WeChat a lot, all the way to the WhatsApp, right, which is a US company, but it's still being hacked on a daily basis because you give your phone number away. And, we all know the stories anyway, all these things. So try to use secure and private communication tools if you can. They don't cost that much. So secure is one of them. We also have our own infrastructure because you could be in Switzerland and have, let's say, a US cloud system that's hosting you from Amazon to Google to Microsoft. That's not going to protect you because that can be subpoenaed back to the US. And also these platforms are very, they're very targeted, let's just say that. So again, China can come in and read everything you do. So that's a huge difference that we have. Of course, our culture in terms of privacy, how we built the software, our entire organization, how it's made that nobody can have, not one person can have access to many things. And also it's in our DNA to have privacy in mind. We have tools and features like the chat by invite, the no phone number, the secure send, secure reply. All of what we do has the privacy fanaticism in it. When we think, when somebody logs in, what should they do if we don't want them to have the phone number out, their email, etc. Things like that, we always think about your privacy. That's what makes a difference. The culture of the company is very different. And of course, the products as well.
Well, we always encourage our audience to do their own research, of course, but the proof is in the pudding, right, as you have it right here with Secure. So you offer great products, great services, and our weekly hack segments hopefully are changing people's lifestyles. So we're just more aware of what we're clicking. We're more aware of when we're joining Wi-Fi. We're more aware of where products are made. So you're informing us and teaching us a lot, as always. Really appreciate talking with you, Elaine. So thank you, Elaine, for joining us on our segment.
Thanks, Anna. Thanks, everyone, for watching.